My name is Sandra. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for joining me today. So, I'm going to be talking a little bit about Frankenplanning, which is the, I guess, art of taking many planners and putting them all together into one planner that is customized to you. So I have done that with this Stargazer cover. This is a 2021 Stargazer. And if you have been here in the past and watched my channel, you know that my favorite color is purple. I love this planner so, so much, and it will probably be my cover for many years to come. Maybe, we'll see. So before I get into it, I will link my original Franken planning video for you because that one shows you the process of how I put it together, why I put it together, and I did that in December. So that was December 2020, and I wanted to do that so I could kind of customize it to my needs and to what I need it for. So you will notice that I do have the classic size discs. I do not have the large extender discs. I've never used them, so I don't know how bulky they actually are, but if I needed them, I probably would get them. So I do also have the black quilted cover for this, but the um, when you add both parts to the front and back, it just makes the planner too bulky and it won't close. So unfortunately, I had to take them off. But when you open this up, you will notice that I have tabs along the side, which are the natural dividers that come with each of the planners, as well as tabs on the top. So the tabs on the top, I did use the dividers that you can get in the add-ons, and you can buy them separate as well. And I've just kind of collected a few over the years, and so that's why I have so many. So at the top, you'll notice that I have a catch-all section, a social section, today, notes, business, expense, home, health, journal, and reading. So there are a few that are broken up into additional sections. So for instance, my business technically takes care of a few things. So I've got 2 YouTube channels, which in and itself is a lot of work. And I want to actually break those down for you. I'm going to create a video and perhaps also a blog actually of my journey from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm at 701 today, and today is March 9th. So here is hoping that I reach another 300 people fairly quickly, because I really want to produce a video for you that tells you what is involved in creating a YouTube channel. So that video can actually be broken down into a few videos because there's a lot to talk about, you guys. There's a lot that goes on in the creation process of making a video, as all the other YouTubers watching this will know. And it's not as simple as it sounds. It's not as easy, but if you love what you do, it is rewarding. It is, and I'm not talking about money because you don't see money right away. I'm talking about if you are doing what you love, it is going to fulfill you in a way that nothing else can. So not only is my business section broken up into 2 YouTube channels, I have a Patreon, which I do many different things for Patreon. I do have 3 separate tiers. If you are interested, all the links are going to be down below in the description box, so I'd advise you to go check those out if you want to know more about that. I also have a website at www.sandradahl.ca. I have a portfolio on there with a whole bunch of cool pictures. And I also have a blog in which I post a new blog every Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I do write on a variety of topics, but generally I keep to the same, like bullet journaling, planning, journaling, stationary topics, that kind of thing. But there will be a few random posts every now and then because I have a lot of thoughts, you guys, and I need to get them out there. So I also have I do post to Medium as well, so I pretty much take that post and I copy it to a program or a platform called Medium. And I am thinking of opening up a sticker shop. So not on Etsy, I will not be going that route, but I will be advertising on Facebook once it happens, and perhaps even creating a Facebook group. And also I will be selling them from my own website. So stay tuned for that. It is a work in progress because I have yet to get a Cricut machine, and there is a huge learning curve in that machine. So it's going to be an interesting journey. And expenses are also broken up into two. So I have home expenses, which are for our bills and every home expense, and I have business expenses. So as you know, I'm currently not making money for my YouTube channel, but I am paying for things. Any money that I put out for any subscriptions that I have to do with my business, any supplies I purchase for my business, all of those are expenses. So I have to keep track of them in my planner as well. And then the last section that's broken up is the health section. So this year I decided to have two separate planners for my health. I have a physical section as well as mental and emotional. And then the journal section kind of covers the emotional a little bit, although I haven't really used that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The whole point of this video is that I want to discuss how Frankenplanning is working. So, number one, a lot of you may think I'm crazy because I have seven planners plus a journal. So, we're going to say a total of 8 planners in this one book. And that is a lot, my friends. So, basically, it's like you have one planner, but you take care of every single different section of your life. And if you want to know more about life categories, I suggest you go take a look at my blog where I talk a bit about Frankenplanning and life categories. And if you need more information on that, I'd advise you to check out Elena's channel at The Organized Money. I will link her channel for you. She has so much good information and she is such a good source, and she is such an inspiration for myself, and I'd advise you to go check her channel out as well. So now when I talk about these sections, sometimes it's hard to decipher what you want to keep out of a planner and what you don't. So if you guys have looked through a happy planner, you'll know that it comes with a future planning section, which is like a future log. And then it comes with individual months, whether they're 12 months or 18 months. And what I've done is taken 1 month out of every single planner and put it in this one book. So at the end of each month, I will take everything out and then put all of the stuff back in. And you may ask, doesn't that take a lot of time? Yes, the initial setup, when I set up each month, does take time, but it really depends what section you're looking at. For instance, so I don't have anything personal in this, so I can share this with you. This is my catch-all planner, and it's similar to what I include in my Erin Condren. So I put things that I want to remind myself of if I just quickly take a glance to see what's going on. So for instance, I have a video Monday, Wednesday. I also have one Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. So I upload 5 videos a week, which is a lot, 2 to my makeup channel and 3 to my normal channel. And I also get groceries on Monday, clean the floors Tuesday, clean bathrooms on Tuesday, clean floors Wednesday, garbages on Thursday, as well as I do budget. I just don't put it on here. Payday is on Friday. And then I mark off all of the days for my husband's work when he has off, and then also my son's days off from school. And when my daughter gets old enough to go to school, she will also be included in this. So this is the catch-all month at a glance. And when I set up each monthly section, it does take a little bit of time. For instance, this is my schedule for my work for March, and this one isn't that long. Once I have my content schedule planned out, this one is pretty easy. I just put these little sticky stickers on each of the squares, and then I put which video I'm putting on that day. Then I jump over to my home section, and this is also one that takes a little bit of time. I do something very similar to what I do on the catch-all, and I mark out anything to do with cleaning, home, school, anything to do with home at all. So if I have a big project, it will go on here. And then also home, I do have additional tabs, which I haven't actually used as much as I'd like to. I do have a section for chores and for meal planning and for large projects, but I haven't really had anything come up, and I do a lot of the chores just on the weekly sheets. So I haven't really used that section, but I can show you what it's all about. So I do have a page that I've written out myself about all of the things I want to get organized. And then this is just an add-on from the home add-on. And the same with the meal plans. These are really nice to have because it does have a grocery list attached. But I currently have my meal plan set up in my Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets using a wild card. So that's where I got my meal plan. I have my meal plan area organized. And then on the health section, I don't use the physical monthly portion at all, so I don't fill any of that out. And the only thing that I put on the mental section, which I could probably move to physical, this is just when my daughter sleeps. So I've kind of been keeping track of her sleep schedule as much as I can. And that is pretty much it. The only other thing I would keep track of on a monthly schedule is in the book area, the reading planner. And that would be when I've started a new book or when I've ended a new book. And lately I haven't been reading as much as I want to. It is one of my goals that I'm currently working on. So if we flip back to the beginning, I just want to show you what this entails. So every week, and so the monthly section I do at the end of each month, it takes me a good 2 hours of sitting by myself and just planning out all of my month. As for the weekly section, this is the catch-all. And again, this is from Elena from the Organized Money. She did this at the beginning. And these are like the main things that you really want to get done. And I like doing this because it reminds me of the important things during the week. And other than putting it in the home section, I really don't have a spot to put something like this. So I like how there's a box here and then a section here. However, I noticed that the new spring release for Happy Planner did not come with a dated or an hourly planner. So perhaps coming up in January, perhaps we'll see something. So for the most part, I plan out my day, and sometimes it's really, really difficult to plan out my day because I do have two children. One is in grade one, and then the other one stays at home with me. And I put work. I really would like to be more specific here because I would like to start batching my days and having workflows, but I can't because my day is so interrupted. My husband's work schedule, he works 2 weeks on and 1 week off. So generally, I work when he's home, I try to get as many videos filmed as possible. And when he's working, I do all of the admin tasks, such as the editing, the blog writing, and any admin tasks that need to be done. So I've really had to manipulate and change my personal schedule based on my lifestyle and what I have going on right now. And potentially, if we're having a third child, it's going to get even crazier. So I have been thinking of cutting back my filming schedule. My makeup channel will only get 1 video per week, and my main channel will have 2 videos per week. I haven't decided when I will be posting those videos, but I have been thinking of getting rid of my Plan With Me video. And if that's something that is upsetting to you, please let me know. I would love to have suggestions from anyone who is watching and who is subscribed to me because I really want to know what videos you guys want to see. And I just want to know if maybe I can replace the Plan With Me videos with something better or new that interests you as a viewer. So the one thing I find with the catch-all section is that I don't refer to it other than this section up here. This seems like a lot of work that I write out every single week, and honestly, I don't really look at it. This section does come in handy, and I like having the vertical just so I can see what my day looks like, but I'm pretty well versed in my weeks where I know that my son has early dismissal on Thursday. I know that my schedule changes when Chad's home from work. So this part doesn't really seem necessary to me. And this might be something I change going forward in the new year. I really do believe that if you are going to try something, I like to stick with it for the entire year, unless my life just gets crazy. I might fall off the wagon for a week or two, but I always get right back on. And I make it a habit of doing that because I don't want to just give up. I want to know if there's some value in this for me. And so far, I love this section here. And it has been about 3 months now of doing this. and I am starting to feel the grind when it comes to this part. It is a lot. So continuing forward, now under social, all I have here are my numbers for my 2 YouTube accounts. So I'm just going to jump right over that. I have a today section, and so these are kind of similar to, I guess, scrap pieces of paper, but every day, if I have a particularly busy day, this is where I would write down all of my plans and then just stick with this one piece of paper. I'll put my planners away, not look at them for the whole day, and then just have everything I need to do on one sheet. And then at the end of the day, I do go back into my bullet journal and check everything off. And then that way I know it's complete. And I have some spare paper in there. So under business, this is where I keep a whole bunch of notes about my earnings, my analytics, supplies I might need, a whole bunch of notes about blog ideas and blog topics that I want to cover. I also have my life categories right here. I've got them all written out. I've got all of the eyeshadow palettes I own. This may seem a little obsessive, but it helps to recognize which videos I can do on which palettes. And I also have all of my Patreon ideas. So for each tier, I do have certain things that I do for each of those. So if you're curious, go ahead and check out my Patreon account. That will be linked down in the description box below. So that section is just separate pieces of paper that I need. So that section needs to stay, and I just keep adding to it as I go. So as for my business section, the one thing that I've noticed, and this is this current week, I love to sticker this section. So this section will never change. I really do enjoy having a vertical section. So I have a YouTube, Patreon, and website. The only thing that I don't add on here is my Instagram. And every time I post a YouTube video, which is 5 times a week, I make sure to post it to one of my Instagram accounts. I do have 2 separate ones. I've got Sandra_Karen30. I'll post that to my screen. And I also have at Sandra Dahl Beauty. So both of those are separate, and to tell you the honest truth, sometimes I do get them mixed up. I'll post the wrong thing to the wrong Instagram handle, and it's sometimes just a huge mess. And I'm really trying, that's one of my goals, is trying to post to Instagram more frequently. And every time I have a video, I try to post to Instagram that day. And I'm getting better. It is one of my goals I'm working on. And before I would forget about Instagram and not post anything. And one of my goals is also to have Instagram stories and to do IGTV. So I'm trying to get there. I just haven't got there yet. The one thing that I've noticed is that this vertical style is a very good way for me to organize my daily stuff that I need to take care of, and kind of to look at the week. And then of course the monthly is where I know I can post all of my videos. However, I had to also grab a Happy Planner Big. Now I don't necessarily need a big size. The thing that caught my eye about this particular planner, besides how beautiful it was, is that it is a monthly setup. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to go to a blank page so you can see. So this is the very first page before the month. This is kind of like a setup page for May. This is the monthly calendar. So on here, I'm actually going to go back to April and show you what I do. So this is my entire content planner. And this is kind of where I organize to be organized, if that makes sense. It may sound excessive, but for someone who has a lot of home-based businesses that are all separate and that you need to do a lot of work for each one, you need to have it written down somewhere. And so basically in this month, I decided to color code. I think last month I color coded, but I used highlighter instead with little boxes. This time I have each YouTube channel in yellow and orange, and I have everything to do with my blog and website in pink, and then the green is all of my Patreon content. And that isn't even adding in the possibility of having my sticker shop. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, it's really crazy busy. The next page is a huge blank layout where I can write down all of my ideas. Again, I'm going to go back to March to show you what that looks like. Or let's go back to April because April is not yet filled out. So I usually like to break it up like this. I have pictures I need to take for either my website or for thumbnails for my videos. I've got blog topics here, because I have a lot of ideas. I post my Patreon information here. I currently have 3 tiers. The Auroras are $5 Canadian, Comets are 10 Canadian, and Stars are $20 Canadian. Stars is the best deal because it offers everything in the first 2 tiers, as well as additional bonus content. I have a monthly coloring page. I have digital downloads. You guys should check it out if you are interested. I also have other video ideas here for upcoming months, and then more blog stuff if I need the room. And then going forward each week, and like I said, as my husband's schedule allows, when he is home, I like to film like a mad woman. I film 3 to 4 videos a day. And so say this is the week he is home, I'll write how many videos, I'll write all of the names of the videos I want to film every day. And then if I don't get to something, I do move it forward to another day. So I always give myself a little bit of leeway, a little bit of room to maneuver if necessary. And then on the weeks that he's off, I write down all of the admin tasks, all of the editing I need to do, any voiceovers, any thumbnails, and there's so much stuff, and you will see it in an upcoming video once I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm going to write a blog and probably have a video as well on my journey as a YouTuber from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. So this planner has helped me so much in planning my content. And again, it's not necessarily the size of the big planner, although it does give you more room to write. It was just because the classic size was not available in that monthly format. So fortunately for 2021, I have found a classic size monthly, which I've already ordered. And I've only ordered a couple at a time because I will continue Frankenplanning for next year. So what my plan is to get a couple of planners for the spring release, and then when the January planners come, or I guess they'll come in December, I will order a couple of more to complete my arrangement of how I want this to be set up. So I find that the monthly works good for my content planning. This works good to see what I need to do at a glance during the week. And I usually look at this page when I'm kind of working day to day. And if my days do get too overwhelming, like you'll see here, I actually probably won't get half of these videos done. And today is the last day of my husband being home. And so I'm going to have to kind of work on them throughout the week. I do have about a 3-hour period to film a video every day so he can watch my daughter, but that includes also making supper and doing dishes and stuff. So I really have to time my day well. I did purchase the Happy Planner budget planner. And this is kind of what it looks like. I don't have anything on this page because I don't have any money coming in yet. So I just have money going out. So I do pay for Epidemic Sound. I pay for my website. I pay for supplies. My planners kind of are part of it because I film them so frequently. And that is what makes my business run. So now if I was to buy a new computer, if I was to buy camera equipment or new lighting or a microphone, that would all go toward business expenses, and that would go in here. I did buy the budget planner from Elena at the Organized Money. I bought the digital download and printed out the 8.5 by 11 sheets, and they are currently in my big Happy Planner. And I did buy one of the hole punches for the Happy Planner sheets because it comes in so useful if you're adding in sheets to your planner. So I'm really happy with that. It's really keeping me organized. Of course, I'm not going to show that on my channel because I don't want to share that information right now. Section is my home planner. So what I write in the future section is all of my son's days off school, any holidays, Chad's days off from work, and that's what goes in there. And then some random stuff to do with basically anything with home. So I won't go through all of my notes, but the non-food items are stuff that I can't necessarily think of on a day-to-day basis. Anything that is not food, would go on that section. I also have a section for master projects that I have yet to complete. And then we get into the monthly section for home. And this is kind of what, it looks crazy. We'll see on this one because I have stuff written on this page. So this was last week, and it gives a place for meal plan. It doesn't actually say meal plan, but this is where I put it. I include my meal plan. I include all of the things I need to take care of for my home or my son's school. So that's kind of broken up into here. And it would also include home projects. And sometimes I change the names of these little sidebars here. So there's important to buy, tasks, and looking ahead. Sometimes it's just one big grocery list, or it's important dates that need looking at. And then I do have an additional section of chores. I haven't really used this. And then meal plans. And then the project section is at the end. So again, it's part of the extension add-on pack for home, and it gives an area for inspiration and resources, sketches or ideas, supplies to purchase, the cost, and details. So for instance, we're redoing our floors right now. We've already purchased all the supplies, but we just have to kind of schedule that in, and that will happen in summer. So as for health, I've added a few different pages from my bullet journal that I've created myself. And for the physical part, the only thing that I put on here, one of my goals was to start weighing myself every day, like I was doing in my bullet journal. I was going to actually put my weight on here, but I haven't started that yet, so I will start that soon. And then as for the weekly section, this doesn't get stickered at all. The only thing I write on here is when I get up every morning, when I go to bed, my water intake, what I've eaten for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, and whether I have any pain. So if I have a headache, anything going on, whether there's a doctor's appointment, anything like that. And then if I head over to the wellness section, this is the stuff. On the monthly part, I do put my daughter's sleep schedule here because there was no other place to put it. And then on the week section, it's another kind of dashboard layout. I really like this. I just haven't really filled it out much, but this is a really nice wellness section planner. And I try to write gratitudes on this page. I don't really leave this section. I just try to do it every day. And if there is something bad that happens, I do write that down as well. So I guess it could be considered to be like a journal or a memory keeping system, because once these are done, I put the months back into the original planners and then I hold on to those planners. I won't get rid of them, but I do take them out of the rings and out of the covers, and then I just elastic band them and then keep them in a box. So I do have all the information. And it is helpful to look back in case, you're looking at your health and you want to go back and see when something started. It is very helpful to do that. So you can also put your mood on here. And this is probably one of the sections that I would change because I don't need a physical one and a mental one. I feel like I've got way more room than I actually need. So going forward in the future, I probably would combine the two, but I don't know which one I'd pick, whether I'd pick a dashboard or whether I'd pick a vertical. And that's something I have to think about going forward. The next section is my journaling section, and I've journaled a few things in this, but not really enough to use it much. I've only have 2 sheets in here, but as you can see, the sections are so small, so you don't feel pressured to write a whole bunch, which I really enjoy. And then the last one is my reading section. So I have a section here that I wrote out myself, just books to check out. I have a whole bunch of other books I need to write here. A lot of them are self-help and how to grow your business and how to be productive and time management and things like that. So those are books I want to start checking out. Currently, I only read fiction books, and oh, you guys, I'm so excited. I just bought the new Karen Marie Moning Fever series book, and I think it's called The Kingdom of Shadow and Light. And if you haven't checked out that series, you definitely should. It's called The Fever Series by Karen Marie Moning. I'll leave it on the screen for you. And then for the monthly section, if I've started a book or finished a book, I will leave it there. And then during the week, all I do is I write a section out of what I've read the night before. So I get about half an hour to read every day right before bed if I'm not too tired. And that's where I write it here. And so currently I am reading the Outlander book, The Fiery Cross. And so that's what that is all about. And I mean, today is already Tuesday, so potentially I might read tonight and we'll put that here. And that is it for my happy planner. So in conclusion, the things that I'm potentially thinking of changing is number one, I don't think I need a catch-all planner. I kind of think it's a waste of time and energy and money. The only section that I like is this section here. So if I could somehow fit that into my home section, I think that would be a more worthwhile investment, and that might be a potential change. So that would be go bye-bye. I will keep the social section and the today's section and the ideas. As for business, I think what I'll do is I'll keep the notes section, and I definitely like the vertical. So I would have a vertical and keep this exactly the way it is, because with all the stickers I currently have, I can make it the way I need it. And I like labeling the boxes like this. So I'd keep that. The other thing I'd like to include is the not the dashboard, the monthly layout, so I can have all of my content planning in one spot in my classic sized happy planner. The next section is the expense. I'll keep that as is. The only thing that I would potentially change is, like I said, adding the sections at the top. I like the idea of having the little checkoff boxes, and the dashboard I feel wouldn't allow me to put it on there, so I'm not sure how I would work that in here. I do put all the tasks I need to get done. So I guess, I mean, what I could do, and I guess the hard part is I would have to split those up, because here anything to do with YouTube or Instagram is business related, so I would have to put that in my business section, and then all of the other stuff is related to my son's school or home, so I would have to include that here and then just check it off when I'm done. So I could change the numbers to boxes and then just check them off. So that's potentially what I would have to do, and it would just save me some room. The chores and the meal planning I don't really use, so I'd probably take that out. The projects will potentially use. And the health, I would definitely think of having one health planner. And although I do like this, the wellness planner, this one's really, really nice. And I do like this style. And I would probably just find a better use. Perhaps I would keep the future planning and use that for weight, the monthly section for my daughter's sleeping, and then the weekly to add in like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. But the last section, the reading section, I did forget to mention it is horizontal layout. And there is only one planner currently for the spring release that is horizontal. So I'm hoping that at the end of the year, they'll have different horizontal variations. So that'll be good. This one is the book one. I can't remember if it's bookish, but it's really, really pretty. The front cover is nice. So that completes this video. I hope you guys got a little something out of this and perhaps learned from my mistakes and also picked up some valuable tools that you can use in your happy planner or Frankenplanned Happy Planner. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. I would love to have comments related to any new videos that you'd like to see from me. And also, if you are new here, I'd love if you would subscribe and join the family. And last but not least, click that bell notification button to be notified every time I upload a new video. And again, don't be alarmed if in the next upcoming weeks or months you see my schedule change, because that just means I've got a lot on my plate and I need to cut back on filming a little bit. So we'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.